How are you?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
For you.
Where in the world are we today? Where are you? Are you in India?
Yes, I'm in Hyderabad
Okay.
today
Yeah.
because, as you know, my movie is released, Talevan Talevi, and it's releasing in Hyderabad this week.
hmm
So I'm just doing some promotions tomorrow, and we have a press meet tomorrow.
hmm Yeah. Is that the terminology because here in the States, obviously, if you promote a film and you have to go to place to place, they call it a press junket. Do they call it a press
Junket,
junket?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that might be a more of a Hollywood term, but
Yeah.
we do call it a press junket sometimes when you do something in Hindi
hmm
or something like that. Then you do have press junkets where you kind of it works a little bit like you see the Hollywood films, but here it's a little more haphazard.
I've heard that that's the case also sometimes on set. It can be a little bit more haphazard.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
But
sh
it's that's the spirit of being Indian because you just wing it. You just wing
Yes.
it. Like,
That's
what? So I've been asking them, what's the plan for tomorrow? And like,
yeah, no call
but
sheet.
probably no tomorrow morning. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what Mark Bennington had said to me before. He had said it's a very different world. It's very fly by the seat of
yeah,
your pants, and that's part of the thing that's endearing about it.
that's it.
that's right.
Do
Yeah, and
they
you do miss it when you're not in India. You do miss that, and you realize there's a lot of life there because you're
Mm,
just sort of not everything is so planned or pre-planned.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do they have on like on the day, do they do call sheets the same way they do it here and everything? Like you VJ would be top billing, or do they not have like call sheets even?
Sometimes we do have that, but like in Chennai, when I did the interviews, yeah, there was a schedule given to me.
Hmm.
Uh, it's going to be this and this and this and this, and so long, like 30 minutes for this, or 1 hour for this, and
Now,
just for my approval. But yeah.
are you also having to balance preparation for your next project while you're doing this, or are you able to space them out so that you can focus on one film, one promotion of a film, wrap that up, and then get into the headspace of your next character?
Well, it is not something that you can just decide. I do try
Mm,
as much as I can. I try to give myself a lot of space so I can just be sort of immersive in one film, but it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes it just works. It's not in your hands.
mm,
Sometimes it's pretty out of your hands and you
mm.
can't quite decide. Like I was about to do Talevan Talevi, and I knew it was a very interesting project, and I wanted to give all of my time for it.
Mm.
And then Dhanush called me quite suddenly and said, "Look, this is going to happen, and it's happening in September." And it was the same dates. And I said, "I don't know how we're going to do this, but we should." So we sort of then it was quite a hectic schedule for me those 6 months. So it wasn't planned, but it happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
How
you gotta wing it. Yeah.
sure.
how often do like the you and the big stars how often does that happen where like because there's like a famous story like Big B had been filming like back in the 70s like three or four films at the exact same time. Like
Yeah.
how often does that still happen of like that kind of a schedule? Do you know?
I don't know about others, but for me, when I first started off, it was like that. There
Wow.
were always multiple films. I don't think for the first 6 or 7 years I ever had the opportunity to just be immersive in one film and just
Wow.
Oh
For like
wow.
there.
6 or 7 years?
That was, yeah, yeah. The first
Wow.
few years, yeah, I was just constantly hopping. And I think I was working pretty much like 365 days, like
Whoa.
uh, maybe a little bit of a gap in between, 15 days here or there, maybe, but pretty nonstop. And then what happens is that I think you get older and you realize that this is sort of it's gonna burn you out.
Mhm.
You sort of realize that it's very, very necessary, especially for an actor. It's very, or an actor like me who's not very method and who depends very heavily on my state of mind to be as vibrant as I can on screen, then recuperation is pretty vital to the process. So I now, it's been 15 years. I don't think I can do that anymore. I always tell people I'm too old for that shit. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think also, isn't there something of a mentality when you're first starting to work for those first 6, 7 years? You want to say yes to everything you can because you're getting the work and you're getting this momentum.
I said no a lot more than I said yes.
Really?
Yes, and I had a
Wow.
reputation for being extremely choosy and doing very little, which was strange because I was working nonstop. But
Right.
I think the thing for me, when I tried to understand what it was that I was working in 4 different languages simultaneously. So I
Right.
was never doing all of those films in one language for people, for the audience to know and see that, oh, they always see me once a year because I'm doing so many languages. So it was always spaced out on its own, but it was, yeah.
And on that, you speak 6 fluent or 7?
Yeah, 6, and I'm learning to speak Spanish now because I love Spanish. And
Hola.
yeah. Oh, hopefully, hola. So hopefully that'll be the 7th.
I know a lot more curse words in Spanish than I do anything else.
Like all languages for Corbin. Like all languages.
Do you guys speak any? I see that huge tattoo.
Yeah.
So we
अपना time आएगा.
Huh.
अपना time आएगा.
the
Yeah.
first the first
From Gully Boy.
Gully
yeah.
Boy.
The first
Yeah.
the thing that started the channel was somebody asked us to react to the trailer of Gully Boy. And then that was the first Indian film we had ever seen in theaters.
Yeah.
And so that
Really?
that kind of launched the channel. And so
Yeah.
So what did you do before that?
we're actors.
Actors.
Yeah, we're actors. And we're still doing that. But yeah, we're actors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are actors.
Yeah, we're actors.
And what were you doing on YouTube? Like, what was your channel about?
It was movie reviews of like mostly Hollywood stuff at the time.
Yeah, just movie reviews and trailer reaction.
We just talked to we always talked about movies. And
what is it though about Indian films that you guys connect so much? And I see that you do.
It depends on the Indian film. If it's a very good one, it's just the wonderful artistry, the talent, the difference, and how Indians make films, and the type of films that they make. I mean, there's some that we absolutely hate, but we're 600 films in now, and the most of them are. I think probably at least 75% of the films that we've seen, we've really enjoyed.
Yeah, that's the only reason the channel did what it did and has stayed doing what it does, because we are honest. We love filmmaking. We love acting so much that we can't be anything but. And the thing that astonished us was the quality of the artistry at every level, because we were introduced first to the film. Then we learned about the dancing. Then we learned about the music. Then we learned about things like Ustaji Zakir Hussain and the tabla. So it just was, and then we just had our eyes open to the expansiveness of things about India that we didn't have the foggiest idea about it, and just fell. And it's continuing. Like right now, I'm in this honeymoon phase with cricket, so I'm still falling in India.
But you were asking about what any languages we know in India. We don't know them fluently at all. We've learned like you're from Kerala, right? That's your native tongue?
Well, I'm from Bangalore, actually.
Bangalore.
I was born, my family was all from Bangalore. But yes, ancestrally, we are Malayali. But I'm not from Kerala, but I'm Malayali. Yeah, it's sort of, like.
Gotcha.
So of the 6 you speak, what would you consider to be the first language, your mother tongue per se?
Well, technically, the mother tongue has to be Malayalam because that is what the family speaks.
Right.
But I did learn in school, and what I heard the most was Kannada. So Kannada is very much feels like home to me. And Tamil was a language that also I heard equally as much as Kannada. So growing up in Bangalore, my dad spoke a lot of Tamil. He studied Tamil in school and all of that. So and all of his friends were Tamilians, and so I heard Tamil as much as I heard Kannada. So people think that I'm Malayali and I can't speak, but Tamil I'm actually way more familiar with and easy to speak for me. Telugu I learned when I did my first Telugu film, and then I had to learn the dialogues. Like I had to, like, you know, learn them by heart
Mhm.
and act, and I did it. But then I told myself I'm never doing this again, because it was so difficult to really relax and get into the acting when it was just this by-hearted thing in your head, and you don't even know the language. You're just learning
Right.
the how it sounds phonetically,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you're
we
just saying. And I did it because I was 21 and I had the mind space to do it, but I said, I can't do this. I have to learn the language. So
Yeah.
then I learned it. I sort of made people talk to me, and I learned it quite quickly.
Yeah, we've both experienced what that's like to have to try to do something in, for example, we've both attempted things in Hindi, and
Yeah,
to just know the phonetics of the sound and have an idea, you know the translation of what you're communicating, but
yeah, yeah,
you don't know it as it's happening, nor could you improvise.
yeah,
So you're
yeah,
just making,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
You're
you
stuck.
can't you can't improvise, and you sort of. So what I used to do is I used to prepare. I knew what it was, so I would say the lines in English, before I did the scene, and watch how I would say it naturally, and then sort of just do the same thing. But
Yeah.
somehow it was so natural, that film. I don't know how it turned out like that, but I was young. I don't
Wow.
think I'd be able to do that now.
Yeah, I did an entire scene in Hindi, the from the film Header Vishal Bardwaj. I did
Uh,
that when he did hello, hello, hello. I hired a Hindi teacher and I learned it all in Hindi. It took me months to memorize it in Hindi. Uh,
really?
me months
Why did you do this?
for the channel. It's on the
Just to do
channel.
it on the
I
channel.
just wanted
And
Oh,
we loved that film, and he loved the performance
yeah.
of Shahid Kapoor. So he
Uh
just, as an honoring to
no,
that.
it's on the
right,
channel.
right.
But it was quite difficult because like I knew like the translations of it all in my head. I knew
Yeah,
exactly what he's saying.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was just regurgitating sounds,
yeah.
Exactly.
essentially
Yeah.
that I knew were supposed to be in this specific place. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's what do you find harder, learning the full language or learning the dialect that you need to learn for that particular region?
The dialect is not easy, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
not, but I think I do have a sort of ease with language and stuff. I think it comes to me a little easily. So I think maybe that's part of being an actor, no?
Hmm.
That you're able to hear something and you're able to recreate it. So for Talaivan Talevi, there was a nice Madurai accent. And I enjoyed that accent
Mm.
because my director was speaking very much like that. And I was very fond of him. And I loved the place. And I loved the way the people spoke. So I sort of Talevan Talevu was a very nice experience as an actor. You guys would understand because I decided that I'm just gonna break down all image and like I don't want have to think about looking pretty or like uh, any of those things, and then I'm just gonna flow with it and not say to myself, oh, this is not me, and I would not scream like this, and I would not do the I'm just gonna be her. Like that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm an actor, so I'm just gonna let go and just follow what he says. So I would keep watching him talk, and sort of I imbibed that that dialect as we went on, and I realized that all it takes for an actor It's not really something you learn and you have to practice, and you just have to open yourself up
Mm.
and let go. And you are given certain talents, so that'll take you there. You can do it. You just have to open up and say, let me just do it. Let me put my heart on my sleeve.
Take the risk.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah, yeah,
be an observer. Just if you
yeah,
love people and you love watching people and listening to people, those things become a part of you. Like as a kid, I watch a movie and come out of it, and I would be talking and acting like my favorite people in the film. I think almost
right.
every actor does that as a kid.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It
We
was
do.
there. Has there been a role you've portrayed that was the most challenging for you to actually, whether it was a language barrier or it was something about the substance of the script, where it was very difficult for you and really challenging for you to become the character, versus what you just said is listening to this person on set, it helped you and you really enjoyed that process? Has there been a
Yeah.
deeply challenging one for you?
At the risk of sounding a little bit like, I don't know, arrogant or something, I've never really found anything so challenging. Like, I had a hard time. Acting always came so easy, and I didn't learn how to act, or I didn't train really
Right.
formally or anything. It just simply came. And if there was one film that I felt was challenging, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I did a film called Kanchana 2, actually. So if you watch it, you'll kind of know what I'm saying,
Yeah, I don't
because
think we saw it.
yeah, it's nothing like me, and uh, it was different. But when I heard, so the lead opposite to me was Lawrence Master. I don't know if you know him. He was in Jigar Tanda and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know the name.
So,
Yeah.
Is he the choreographer?
so
Oh, you froze.
yeah,
Hello?
You're back. You're back.
yeah, I'm back.
Is it the choreographer?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why we call him Master. So
Yeah.
so he kind of explained this thing to me, and his space is just very, very unique, right? He made films in a certain space, and he was explaining this thing to me, and I didn't understand why he would ask me to do it, because you know this is not. And then as an actor, I said, I have no. For the first time, I heard something, and usually I know how to play it when I'm hearing it. So I'm hearing it and I'm seeing the movie in my head, so I can see it all playing out. So I already, that's it, that's my process, I can already figure it out. But this is the first time I heard it, and I said, I have no clue how to play this. And then I said, I have to say yes, because I have to figure it out, how I'm going to play it. So Kanchana again did a similar thing, in the sense that it forced me to break those sort of images, and that sort of rigidity that you have, that you want to, you're considered very attractive, and you want to look pretty, and you want to look, you want to look nice, you want to look attractive. But Kanchana took that away. Like, it's like, no, you cannot. I played a girl who had like a polio
Mm.
um, thing in her life.
Hmm.
So there were these montages, like romantic montages, and I had to walk like that, and do the montages. It was just the but that struggle is for a few seconds. It's just the acceptance inside, like, oh my God, I'm supposed to do a romantic montage, and I'm supposed to do this. Oh,
Right.
I want to look
Doesn't feel
like,
very romantic.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
then, those few seconds of sort of, and then you break it, and then you say, it's my job, I'm going to do it. So that's the only struggle I've felt. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to ask you about almost because you've done quite many songs numbers or
Yeah.
in your films. What are those days like on set? Are they, is it just like shooting a music video, or is it like sometimes very awkward with some of the stuff they want you to do, or is it just like you've probably done some choreography training up to it?
No, no, I have not. But initially, so songs was something that I could never really connect to as much. I didn't like it so much because I didn't like just it was almost like it was there for commercial value or
Mhm.
something like that. And it just somehow, and then I didn't like the way sometimes the dances were choreographed in a very inorganic way.
Mhm.
And I it was just not me. Like they would, what was trending, right? What steps were trending, what movements were trending, and those things were given to me, and it just simply was not me. And I felt like it was not elegant, and it was not like me. And so I started to say to them that I can't dance. So, oh, master, I don't know how to dance. Like, give me simple steps. And then they would say, oh, it's Nithya. So let's just give her expressions, like just put a tight on her face. And then let's just like do the face. so, so for the longest time, it went on like that. And I kind of escaped that typical sort of, I didn't like the hip thrust thing and all of these
Yeah.
things. It just, I couldn't do it from inside, just didn't feel right. So I got away with saying that I could not dance, and I'm not good at it. And, I can't do all of these things, just give
Mhm.
me something simple. So then slowly, when you get a little popular and people see a certain quality in you, then they sort of, it's easier. They're like, oh, okay, let her do something cute. And
Mhm.
yeah, she doesn't do like commercial stuff, so yeah, it wouldn't suit her, so
Mm.
let's just do something sweet and cute. So even in Talaivan Talaivi, there was the track, and the choreographer was a dear friend of mine and everything. So it's easy for me to say, like, if he does something, I'll be like, and then he'll go, okay, so okay, you do it like small, okay, he'll
Mhm.
do it a little big, you do it small. So I try to keep it as elegant as possible while I'm doing
That's
that.
awesome. Yeah.
But it's not so much like a music video, it's like part of shoot, it's very much a part of shoot.
Yeah.
It's just another day at shoot, or today is just the song day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know that's going to happen until you show up on the day.
I mean,
Maybe.
usually we're
Usually they know
intimated.
it's coming. Okay.
Yeah, usually we're intimated. Tomorrow we're doing song. We'll know, like, we're
Okay.
doing this in the next 3 days, or master's
Okay.
coming
Uh,
today, or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. You get a little bit of a heads up.
Yeah. And sometimes, very few times, we have had rehearsals a little bit before. Okay, Kanmani, there were those beautiful dance moves, no? Like, there
Mhm.
was tango and stuff that we do. So for all of that, we had a day or two earlier to sort of just rehearse a little bit, but very few times. Usually we're just on the spot, just show it to us and we're doing it.
It sounds like you're it's not surprising based on the work we've seen you do. You sound very much like an actor who highly values honesty and motivation and why am I doing what I'm doing, even in the song numbers you were describing of I don't feel like I can be either believable or I'm not comfortable doing this.
Yeah.
What we've been really impressed, deeply impressed with your capacity at romantic comedy. Um, Absolutely about as good as an actor can be in romantic comedy. Do you have a favorite genre, or do you prefer to just go genre to genre because you like to be challenged and you don't want to get predictable or boring?
I definitely um, get very it's really the acting is not so much external, no, it's very internal. So I internalize a lot of what's going on, so I try not to choose films and subjects that are disturbing,
Mm.
because I don't want to personally get disturbed, and I don't think it's worth it. And I don't want to put it out in the world and
Mhm.
have people watch that and, I just don't want to put it out. So I want to, maybe in my capacity as an actor, do my little bit to be as nice and kind and stuff as possible. So I try to choose films that are more happy and are more fun, maybe comedy, maybe romance, whatever it is, but that they be as positive and happy as possible, light as possible. So I've always advocated this thing that people always think that a film has to be super intense and heavy for it to be a good film.
Right.
But
Right.
it's not true. So you see a film like Hangover, and Hangover is a fantastic film.
Agreed.
It's a superbly written film. But the same director has to go and make a Joker, and then the Oscars all come up. And then
Correct.
everybody's like, oh, good. But Hangover was a superbly written film, right? It was a great screenplay. So there's this wrong notion that for a film to be good, it has to be a Revenant, it has to be a, then you're doing some good work. But I
Right.
never did that, and I never did that for the awards. I never did that for any of it. And I wanted to almost, in a way, say, I want to say to you that we can make happy stuff and make people happy. And so I do try to do that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you also, because your current film that you are currently promoting that I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry. Uh, you actually have a lot of films of yours that are very difficult for me to, like yours with the
Like
one we love. Yeah, with
True.
whatever the one with Danush is that I absolutely adore.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
that film, but that's the way we reference it.
I think we call it Doink, right?
Yeah, it's so hard for us to
Nice.
pronounce some of the titles.
Doink.
I like that.
But do you also
No, but to be fair, I couldn't pronounce it initially. Like, what? What
Makes
is
me
this?
feel better. What is that?
your
Yeah.
current one that you're currently promoting with our non-bar VJ, we got to speak to his lovely self last year at the Indian Film Festival of Los Angeles. But
Yeah.
you also
Told-
do so many people that we respect as actors, Danush, Fafa. Do you also very choosy in that way of like, oh, I want to work with them. Oh, they're signed on.
No,
Let me do this now.
no, I don't think so, no.
Gotcha.
Because I've done a lot. I've done like, I think 70 films now, 65. So you'll see a very, very different, diverse sort of setting in every film. So maybe the ones that are with these guys are more maybe accessible to you. But there are a lot of things that I do that are not really like that. So no, I never look at stars or star value or even like whatever. I do try to work with good actors as much as possible. That's one thing that.
Yeah. That was my question, was in regard to not necessarily, because obviously people will talk about that, especially producers, the star value of a person, and they're going to put people in the seats. We get that. But is there anybody that you have not yet worked with, purely on the sense of, because as actors, you watch somebody and you have two thoughts. They're great. Oh, I want to do work with them. I want to be in a scene with them. Are there any actors you've yet to work with that you would really love to do a film with?
I definitely think Fahad and I have not really explored what we could have done together.
Have you only done Bangalore Days?
We've done Bangalore Days. We did one ad for Titan watches together. And if you see the ad, you'll see it's beautifully done ad. It's on YouTube. You can find it.
Saw that.
So we did those two things, and Bangalore Days was such a small little bit. But I think a nice full-fledged something together would be pretty great.
We'd love that.
Yes.
We'd love to watch you guys.
I think it'll be amazing for me to it'll be nice. It'll be fun for me to work with an actor like him, because I know there will be that sort of give and take, and we'll sort of feed off each other, and that doesn't happen very often. As much as it may look on screen, when I'm there, it doesn't really happen that often.
That's actually a question I had. How often, I'm sure obviously you have your script and you obviously you work off that, but how often does improvising happen on an Indian film set?
Hmm. Not not that much. I mean, it maybe depends on the film,
Yeah.
but not that much.
Yeah.
And a little bit, maybe a film like Talevan Talevi, a little bit because it's funny and it's comedy, and so you have space to sort of maybe physically do things. But I have personally not been in a film where, uh, Mishkin's film maybe a little bit because he's okay with you can do what you want. Like if something comes to you, just do it. It's fine.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
I had a question about we actually I've butchered his name. I called him My Skin.
Yeah, we called him My Skin.
we first we've only
We love My Skin.
we love My Skin. We've only seen 3 of his films. We just watched The Goat and the Wolf or whatever that one is called.
Mhm.
We saw the
Oh, you're asking for the titles. I'm going to remember The Goat and the Wolf.
The Goat and the Wolf, the scary one,
Right, the scary one.
Piasu, and
Pisasu.
Yes,
yeah, and
Pisasu.
then
Yeah.
and the Sherlock one.
Right.
We haven't
So
seen.
you haven't watched our films?
I haven't
Psycho.
seen
Not yet.
Psycho yet, but I wanted to ask you about work because we're
loved
starting our journey with Miskin, and we love him, but he's so
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I would love
He
to
just
know-
he just does his own thing. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, whatever. And it's like that on the day, right? It's just, yeah, do that if you like it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. You don't have to stick to the script, ma. You don't have to stick to the script. You can just like say whatever. If something comes to you, just do it. Just say it. Just it's like that. It's just nice for an actor. Even when we are shooting, the schedule is pretty much, we'll see like what time.
God, it seems like
But
that too.
Sometimes
you're only on
it's
set
like-
tomorrow. We'll see.
No, he says that to me. He's like, what time do you want to come? I'm like, really?
That is so exactly what we expect from him.
Yeah, you sleep. You want to sleep? Sleep and come. It's fine. I get it. Like,
Do you want to
because
sleep?
I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person, and so is he. So he
Ah,
gets it.
he
So
gets
he's like, yeah, he's like, just it's fine. Just go to sleep and like wake up when you're comfortable and just come.
Now, do you have any plans to do any, and I know with a film career, this is not an easy thing to do. You'd have to set a lot of things aside, but do you have any desire to do anything on stage?
I did think about it sometime back, but I don't know. I think it's a very different thing, no? Like learning all those lines and knowing them by heart. And I don't know. I think it's a great talent that those guys have on stage to do that.
Says
I
the
did think about
polyglot.
it.
Says the polyglot. Yeah, but does that intrigue you to be
No,
able to do that?
Yeah, I always thought that I was more by nature, I'm more of a theater actor than a film actor. Like I just would have been very comfortable being in theater and not being recognized too much, and that would have suited me well. So I did think about doing something on stage, and a director that I knew told me that there was this idea he had, and but the problem is when you want to do something on stage, you have to dedicate that a
Right.
few months at least
Yeah.
to sort of do that, and it takes a lot of effort to do that. And I was always continuously either working or recovering from shoot.
Yeah. Well, I truly would love for a couple of reasons. Even if you got to do just a limited run with something, and for example, if you had Fafa say, "Hey, I'd love to do this play with you. It's a 2-person show we're going to do for 6 weeks."
Hell yeah.
I think because you've never done stage?
No.
Yeah, I think based on what you've been saying and what we've seen you perform, I think there are aspects of it that you would adore, most especially the freedom to go for 2 hours
Yeah.
and you're just in the character and you're in these moments unbreakably
And feeding off the
and
audience.
feeding off the audience. I
Right.
think you would, but it would need to be something like that. It would need to be with somebody
Yeah.
that you could play with and
Yeah.
and you could do a limited run because you're so busy.
Just call up Nasir. It'll
Right.
That's it. Just call up Nasir. Nasir and Shaw will do it. But I bet you would if Fafa said, "Hey, I have an idea for a two-person show for 6 weeks."
I would. I
Yeah.
would.
Heck
How
yeah.
I
Okay.
would do. Yeah.
how prevalent
So
is
if you ever speak to him, give him this
We're,
idea.
we're going to plan it.
And
I'm putting it out there. We're going to manifest that baby. Come
bro?
on.
I've been trying to
that
talk to
is so
Fafa for
sweet, you
so long.
guys. Oh, that
Yeah,
is so sweet.
how prevalent is theater in like Kerala or Tamil Nadu?
There is theatre. I think Kerala maybe a little bit more. I'm not very familiar with it. I don't
Yeah,
live in Kerala, but
yeah,
from what I know, I think Kerala has a lot more of a palette for these things. I think for art and for theater and these kind of things. So it's there everywhere. Like
yeah.
in Karnataka and in Bangalore, we have some very, very popular places and theater artists and all of that. But it's everywhere for sure. It's
Yeah.
there in Maharashtra and in Karnataka and Kerala and Tamil Nadu. But maybe Kerala a little more, maybe. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And do you have any like when you're on set, do you have any rituals like whether it's to get into character or stuff like you like to be alone for 15 minutes before you have to go to
Hmm.
set, or do you have any kind of rituals that you do on set?
I don't.
Mhm.
It's I am as far from method as you can imagine. I just sort of turn up and I just, end up there when I sometimes when I wear the costumes and I dress up and I look, for
Mm.
example, like as Perarasi in Talevan Talevi. Um, Up until that morning and when I'm doing my makeup, I have no clue. I'm like, what am I gonna do with her? Like, how am I gonna play this? But
Wait a minute.
the
Wait a minute. You're like getting into makeup and costume and you're asking yourself that question?
yeah,
You are
some
brave.
when yeah,
You are
some
brave.
yeah, I am. I would
Hell yeah.
not do it. I would not do it if it probably took any more effort than that. I would not put any more effort than
Oh,
that.
so this isn't your process. This is just the fact that I'm too lazy. I'll figure it out in the dressing room.
No, she got it. She's
No,
got it.
no, it's also sometimes, there are times when if I haven't worked for a while and I do take very long breaks, and then another aspect of life takes over, and you're
Sure.
sort of there, and I become so immersed in that part of life, and then I come on a film set, and when I'm sitting in that makeup chair, I like, do I know how to act? Can I act?
Sure. Yep.
How am I gonna act? So it's actually like that. So when I sit over there is when I think about it. I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna go now, and uh who is Perarasi? Like, how am I gonna play her? And then you wear the clothes, and you sort of, the minute you wear the bindi and you wear the
Mm.
thing and everything, and I look at myself, and then slowly I can see her. I'm like, oh, there she is. Okay, I can see who she is. And that visual gives me some confidence, I think. And then once I go there on set, honestly, I just wing it, to be very honest with you. I've never really prepared or like, okay, I have a process. I'm gonna just close
Sure.
my eyes. It just never was like that. Just like turned up, and it came so easy, and that's the only reason I fell into it. I never wanted to be an actress. I never did. I, in fact, tried my best to not be. I tried to do other things, but it was just so hard to say no to, because it came so easy. I would just
Mm.
turn, I would just do it, and then everyone was fine with it.
Did I read somewhere that you were interested first, if anything was going to happen on set, that you were more interested in doing cinematography?
Yeah, I did study. So initially, I studied journalism, and I
Right.
thought I wanted to be a reporter and
Right.
everything.
You have a degree
And
in that, right?
I do have a degree in
Yeah.
journalism. Yeah. But as I was studying it, I realized that it was not, I was just 18 years old and very idealistic.
Mm.
Mm.
And it was not what it was. And I don't know if I want to be in that space. And it felt a bit negative, to be in that space. So then I said, okay, now how do I say what I want? Then I said, okay, I guess films, but like I have to have a technical degree. I can't just, how do I just start doing films? I should be qualified to do it. So I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna get qualified in something. And I thought writing, direction, these seem to be more instinctive. Let me get qualified in something that's more technical. So let me know something technical about cinematography. So when I go there, I'm qualified to do this. But none of it happened like that. I just, today I do what I do, and I am not qualified.
Yep. As are many in the film industry and
Yeah.
all over
Yeah.
the world. Their
That's right.
qualification is, I had something I wanted to do and I just tried it.
I got talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't, for me, it kept coming to me. So, the first time it came to me, I was an 8-year-old child sitting in a very middle class household that didn't watch many films and that were government employees, my parents. And imagine getting a call from French people. Hello, is this Nithya's house? And they're like, what? What is,
Was
like,
that the one where you played Taboo's sister?
yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. I
That's your
always wondered if Tabu would remember me.
that's wild that you're
Yeah.
just 8 years old and
And with no film
no film
background,
background.
and we didn't even try. Someone just asked for my picture, and my mom didn't even know what it was for, because they said something like an ad agency, and we didn't know what an ad agency was, because our family was not exposed to these things.
Wow.
So she said, yeah, okay. They said, it's a really nice picture, can we have it? She said, yeah, okay. And she sort of gave them a copy, and they put it in the ad agency, and the French guys came and saw it, and they were like, oh, this kid looks like kind of like Tabu, so like let's ask her.
Wild.
We're getting this call, and can you imagine? So it was meant to be. It was very much just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah.
about the cut. Nithya said something really heavy,
Provocative,
and
and
it was awful.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
That it was
Really
So
confidential that only
positive.
you
Yeah.
guys.
The negativity she
Yeah.
just spouted.
About that star, that big star, man, that would have made headlines. No. So you've obviously worked in so many different industries. What's something that you think Hollywood could learn from Indian cinema, and vice versa, Indian cinema could learn from Hollywood, if anything?
Well, I haven't really worked in Hollywood cinema to
I'm
know
just
that.
saying about the cinema
But
of what Hollywood does and what India does, kind of a thing.
honestly, I think we could do well with a better working system. Like, I think I would really like to see a more cohesive kind of working environment, like more synergy in the working environment, like people knowing what we're doing, because there's a lot of disconnection between the different departments. Like, so
Got
the
it.
actors, a lot of times, I find it very strange that people just brush past us and with equipments or things like that, and you can't really say much, because it's like, hello, they're doing their job too, like, but that sort of understanding that this is a very subtle job that we are doing. Maybe there are gross jobs that have to be done around it, but then what we are doing is such an emotional and subtle job, and that you need to give them their space and to not maybe cross through the field or like make a noise or speak. Sometimes there's a lot of talking happening in the middle of a take, like we're doing a take and somebody is just talking in the background. It happens all the time. I mean, it's not, you see, like, see, so
Christian Bale would be furious.
Well,
exactly my point. Like, so people talk all the time, and I sometimes, like, I'm like, can what? But that's not normal. It's like, oh, Nitya's like, oh, get off my eye line. So I'm always like, move from my line, move from my line. So that's something that people talk about all the time. Oh yeah, Nithya ma'am comes to you, move from your eye
I'm in
line.
Nithya's eye line.
It's a big deal. Yeah,
That's funny.
exactly. So,
Well, part
but
of that.
but it's the most basic thing you need as an actor. So there are some, I think these kind of things that could be nicer, because I had that opportunity when I was doing Breathe. And it was that series that I did for
Yeah.
Amazon. And that was the first time that they gave me the space, the silence. When I went into the set, the room, and I sat on the sofa, and it looked like I was that character and this was my home. It didn't look cluttered. It didn't have people walking around. And if it was a very heavy scene, they would actually make sure the place was quiet before we even came in. And then I discovered that I could cry on cue. Just like that, I was crying, and like proper tears and everything. I didn't know that was possible, because I was never given that space that an actor should get to get into the emotion. No, you can't
Yes.
just get an emotion when people have been like action, and you're like, "Ooh," you can't do that.
Nope.
That's not possible.
No.
So you need to give the actors the space to get into that emotion. And that is one thing I do miss, and I feel like I wish I could get. I would enjoy acting a lot more if
Do
it
you
was that.
do you think one of the reasons like there might be talking while you're doing a scene is for the dubbing reason?
Yep.
Because they're not capturing it on
Yeah, because they're
day.
not doing it sync sound. But sync sound definitely makes a difference, I have to say.
And in
So
a lot of ways.
yeah. So I do like sync sound, purely because it has a little more discipline on the sets. But even then, it's not so much about that. It's just the culture of the way the people. So a lot of the part of the crew is not very much um, uh, involved
Mm-hmm.
in the subject itself.
Right.
So there's no involvement in that sense
Yeah,
with with the creative part of the job.
that's a great observation, because it is on the sets that I've been on, and I think Corbin would say the same thing here, regardless of what it is, TV, short film, feature, there is this sense of camaraderie
Yeah,
and this sense of appreciating one another's disciplines
yeah,
and
exactly.
being quiet for the actors, but also actors will often just be there if it's a different point of view and they need to stand
Correct,
there for the shot, and they're standing on
correct,
in their trailer, they're standing on set watching everybody set up, and there's
correct.
this sense of, we recognize it's the village making the film together. It's not, yeah.
And that's an experience I would love to have at some point. I think I would enjoy making films like that.
You would. You should have that. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't think about that element of dubbing on the.
Me too.
on
Not till you mentioned it, because we're not fans of dubbing. We want the believability of the performance in the moment on the day
Yeah.
that comes, and that is
You
something.
know, OK Kanmani was Sing Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but
It
that's
showed.
something, till you mention it right now, we didn't realize. Oh my goodness! Of course,
They don't do quiet on set
on
right
the
before
day they don't have to do quiet on set, because there's no mics on set to pick anything up, so everybody can be just on their
Yeah.
phones.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
That's terrible.
Thank you. It's refreshing to hear that, because
That's terrible.
it's so normal. It's normal here. Yeah.
Wow. I thought like that's just a standard.
I-
Quiet on set. Like
All the more.
And how I knew the difference was when you work abroad, and in some of my films we've done bits abroad. For example, I did a film called 180, and it was one of my earlier films, and we shot a bit in San Francisco.
Mm.
And I was in the trailer, and there were a few of us. I think there was a AD and somebody, like 2 or 3 of us in the trailer, and we were just chilling. And he had the earpiece, and they were taking, far away, like inside the house. And he was getting the thing, and they said, "Okay, action." And he said, "Guys, action."
Yes.
And we were like silent in the trailer.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was like, yes, this is what
Yes.
I want. This is the level of commitment I'm asking for, but I mean, it's always criticized. Like when you ask for that, it's like, oh yeah, right. Like you think you're, oh. But
No,
it's normal in other places.
Oh, yeah.
it is. Like I've been on sets where
They get
the
mad.
shot is happening maybe 100 yards away. It's down there, but
Yeah.
they're using a lot of space, and so they have
Yeah.
people on the perimeter. And if you're on the perimeter, they go like this. Okay, we're rolling. Everybody stop.
Yeah.
And
And they
then
don't move.
cut.
They don't
Nobody
walk
moves.
inside.
Everybody stops.
Oh no, you get in
With
big trouble.
us, sometimes people just walk across, and all of that disturbs me, and it seems to disturb only me. The others are putting up with it, they're used to it, they're okay with it, or something like that. But for me, it's just
Honestly, more power to you to be able to put on such a good performance while so many distractions.
Yes.
So sometimes when I look back at the performances, and sometimes I feel like I know I could do 100, but I know this was 80 or 70.
Yeah.
And then, and it, that perfectionism in me like kicks in, and then I tell myself, no, I'm going to be kind and I'm not going to be harsh, because if the environment was given, it would have happened. But the environment was not there. You will not beat yourself up about it. So I have learned to sort of just let go. And after a shot, I'll be like, "Ah," and then I'll say, leave it, because it's it's just in the moment. So whatever the moment was, you do justice to the moment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
No, I didn't
crazy.
think about that either.
Anyways, well, thank you so much for joining us. I want to finish this off with a little bit of rapid fire here for you.
Oh, okay.
So you can answer these how you will.
Okay.
Coffee or chai?
Chai.
If you weren't an actress, what job would you do?
Oh my God. If I had if I had the time to actually go into discovery and find out what I would like to do, I think I would love to live in a small European town and make cheese.
Hell yeah. And you're not a method actor?
I'm pretty sure Daniel Day-Lewis did that for a role.
Day-Lewis has done that for a role.
Oh my goodness. No, but he does that. He lives on a farm. He does that all the time.
But you know what he said? You may know this quote. He said when asked about his process, because he's the quintessential method actor, right?
That's right.
The
Yeah.
answer to that question was, why do you do it the way you do it? And he said, because I don't think I'm a good enough actor to do it any other way.
That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Isn't that wild? But it makes sense, right? Yeah.
But that's the thing, that I think people's methods are so different. Some people are just spontaneous, and some people, have to be method, and it's two different things. But as long as the impact is there on screen, that's all we want.
Absolutely.
Favorite Hollywood rom-com?
Oh, I'd like to know that. From a very, very good rom-com actor right here. What is your Hollywood rom-com?
You would laugh, but I love Meg Ryan's films.
I knew it.
Do you know we've said that about you?
We said you're the Indian Meg Ryan.
You are the Indian Meg Ryan.
But
it's
better.
You are
100%.
I heard that.
We agree with that.
100%.
Sorry, Meg. Meg, we're sorry, but it's true.
100%. You and Papa should make a
okay. So Meg Ryan, we're whittling it down now. A Meg Ryan rom-com.
Maybe You've Got Mail.
Great.
I watch it all the time.
Love You've Got Mail.
I've never seen it.
He's never seen You've
What?
Got Mail. Yes.
I've never seen it. I'm not honestly, funny enough, I'm not a big Meg Ryan fan.
Shit, but it's Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, bro.
Well,
and it's, for me, it's not that. I just love those 90s films and those early, like, there's just, you get to see New York in that and that house and that thing.
Yeah.
I'm very nostalgic like that.
It's the best.
So,
tell my wife.
Yeah. I also like Kate and Leopold and things like that. Like, that was also a cute film.
Yeah.
Favorite Kerala food?
Kerala food. I'm gonna say appam and egg roast.
Appam
and egg roast.
And egg roast.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a breakfast food.
I know
mean, you can eat whenever, but it's a breakfast food. It's like a dosa.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had appam. Favorite book you've ever read?
That's a tough one.
Or a couple. It's fine.
And the thing is that I stopped reading a long time back. So
Mhm.
these were all in those very formative years that I read. And then I just kind of stopped reading.
Mm.
So yeah, I did at that time. So this is, when I was young. So this is when I was in my, teens and early 20s. But I used to love Paulo Coelho's books.
Mm-hmm.
And those were very, yeah. But now, I mean, I don't know.
You audiobook him. Do an audiobook.
That's how he reads his audiobook. Yeah.
I think you might have ADHD. I think you might.
No, it's just that I also, there's too much of my attention was taken away from like with acting. When I was young, I was buried in books all the time. Like, so yeah.
If you could wake up as another person to live a day in their life, who would that be?
Good question. Oh, it's not so rapid, is it?
That's true. It's not.
Okay. I prefer the thinking answers. It's like
I think I would have loved to be born for a day as Zakir Hussain, Ustad Zakir Hussain. I want to feel where it's coming from.
Yeah.
I know it's
that's a great way to. Yes.
Funny enough,
yeah.
It's
coming from a place that's pretty much up there.
It's
just like that.
That's a beautiful way to phrase that. I want to feel where that's coming from.
Yeah.
He was funny. He was our first interview ever.
What?
We were 6 months into the channel. I think we weren't at 1 million subscribers yet. And he was coming to a place that was like 45 minutes from us for a concert. And I reached out to his publicist, and we got to sit down for 45 minutes for our first ever interview to India.
What was he like?
Oh, he was
beautiful.
So
lovely.
Chill. So like normal, like so funny. Like,
yeah. Funny.
And then what?
He was funny with his tabla.
Oh
He
yeah.
made you laugh with his tabla.
We got to have that conversation with him, and then we got to watch him perform right after at his concert.
Yeah.
So we were like, we have consistently scratched our head, and how were we blessed to let that be our first interview?
Yeah, absolutely.
When he passed away, that's one of the regrets. I always thought there would be more time. I mean, look at him. I thought he would live until he was 100.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm gonna go watch him. I've never really felt like that I want to watch someone live. But with Ustad Zakir Hussain, that was one person I wanted to watch live, and I never got to.
Yeah, he's so
he was wonderful.
Favorite Hollywood actor?
Favorite Hollywood actor?
Or actress?
Or one of your favorites?
Gender neutral.
That's a tough one again. Each time I watch a movie, I kind of it's usually a performance that I fall in love with.
Yeah.
It's not like an actor that I follow, this actor or something. It's usually a performance. And usually I always feel like someone in that character is just as good as a Daniel Day-Lewis in a There Will Be Blood. You know what I mean? Like
they have a moment.
It's just as good. So I don't know. I'm not able to sort of put them in that thing. But one of the characters that really blew my mind was Brad Pitt in Snatch.
Yeah. 100%.
That was what?
That was a great performance.
You're not watching The White Lotus, are you?
Ooh, I love The White Lotus.
Have you seen all of this current season?
I haven't seen season 3.
Have you seen
the one in Thailand?
Yeah, the one in Thailand.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's monologue. He doesn't know, so no spoilers, but Sam Rockwell's monologue. I love Sam Rockwell's monologue. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
I have
Dude,
to say, although, when we say actor, something came to my mind. Another performance that I loved, that I felt that way about, was Gary Oldman
ugh.
in Leon.
And which one?
Leon.
Leon.
Have you
Oh
seen
yeah.
that film? Yeah.
Him, by the way,
All of them, actually, all three of them in
not a
Leon.
name drop, but this is important because we got a chance to meet him when he was doing his promotions for
Name drop.
the Churchill Dark Hour.
Churchill one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He was at
wow.
a SAG screening, and he did
Mhm.
something because we've been to a lot of SAG screenings before, and he did something that most actors don't do. Most actors, it's
Mhm.
over, they leave.
Mhm.
He came down off the stage into the house and stayed for a good half hour, 40 minutes to talk to people and take pictures.
Hmm.
We were
Right.
we were at the end of the line, and he made it
Right.
a point to stay and not just take a picture, but stand and talk with us for 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
That's nice.
And I was matching him that day too. I was trying to find the picture.
Oh, you're trying to find the picture?
Just trying to find the picture on my
I
Instagram.
was wearing my Mother of Dragons shirt. I have a picture of me with Gary Oldman and my Mother of Dragons shirt on.
Al- Also, India should 100% do a season of White Lotus.
Oh,
That would
absolutely.
be,
Yes.
and you should be in it.
I,
That would
I
be
was kind of
awesome.
hoping the third season would be India.
Oh,
I was too.
Like,
I heard they were doing it in Asia. I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, India would be nice, colorful,
yeah,
so
yeah.
much happening.
Oh, dude, you could do so
Yeah.
much with it.
All the cameos
Yeah.
you could do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
I'd be fine with them obviously having it directed by whoever does the White Lotuses already, but
Yeah.
cast
Yeah.
all out of India, like
Yeah.
from all different
absolutely.
regions.
All
I think
regions.
that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And for last, I want you to do two things. First, I want you to teach us a Tamil word or Tamil phrase, and also in Malayali as well.
Malayalam as well. Okay. In Tamil,
Could be a curse word. I know some.
let's go. No, I'm gonna go.
She doesn't do negative.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Aragu.
Arga.
Aragu is
Arga.
actually, it's beautiful, beauty. What a beautiful word, Aragu.
Arga.
Arga.
கண்ணுக்கு மை அழகு கவிதைக்கு பொய் அழகு
Sabah.
கண்ணத்தில் குழி அழகு கார்கூந்தல் பெண் அழகு. So he's talking about all the things that are beautiful. This is Rahman sir's song.
Well, what you just did was arga.
That wasn't.
Thank you.
I butchered the word, but that was beautiful.
You make that word not beautiful.
Hey, well, what can I tell you?
Is that a Tamil? That's Tamil.
It's a Tamil word.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in Malayali?
In Malayalam.
Malayalam, sorry.
So in Malayalam, I did a film, 1918, which Sethupathi was a part of. I learned a word in that movie. There are a lot of words in Malayalam that we don't use because we're not from Kerala. We use a lot of mixed, we mix Kannada and Tamil in our Malayalam. So there's a lot of things that I've never heard of. So when I was doing that film, and the central theme of that film was Viplavam. And Viplavam is revolution.
Ooh, Viplavam.
Yeah.
Viplavam.
And I loved that word. Yeah.
Viplavam.
And it was the word I learned recently. So
Viplavam.
Viplavam. I was like, ooh, that sounds nice.
Viplavam.
What is that? I asked her, what is that? Viplavam. She said, revolution.
You could combine the words and it would be beautiful revolution.
Different languages.
In 2 different languages.
Viplavam.
Aragana Viplavam.
No, that doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
Oh, what
The
a
the next title of your next film. Viplavam. It's a pan India film. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We've wanted to talk to you for the first thing we ever saw you in, I believe, was Bangalore Days.
Yeah, I think that is correct.
But
Oh, yeah?
I've seen you in a whole bunch of different stuff, but I think we really fell in love with you in Doink or whatever the.
So Bangalore Days was supposed to be a 10-minute or 15, 20-minute thing. and it got cut down to 1 minute.
Wow.
You were
Yeah.
barely in
Well.
there.
Yeah, the final edit. There
And
was
then-
a lot more of us.
And then the one where you with the Danush was really where we fell off. We've seen a lot. Okay, Kamani and quite a few others that we've seen of yours. But you are even though I feel like you don't take yourself very seriously, I think people take your talent very seriously because you are a very talented actress, and it shows on screen. Your sense of having fun comes out on screen. I think your sense of also not caring, which is a great quality, because it just looks like it's just naturally coming to you. So thank you so much for coming on, because we've wanted to talk to you for a good while.
Yeah, and it's really astonishing that when I think about your work and think about how often you have to do things that aren't sync sound, that you can still be in the moment.
Yeah.
At least you may not feel that way in your head, but it's conveying itself through the screen and believability. And I'm really happy to know you like rom-coms because, and we are big advocates. We say it all the time. We too wish the Academy and the whole world appreciated comedy more. It's wild because actors will all say, "Oh, it's the hardest thing to do," but then they don't honor it with the acting awards.
That's right.
Anytime we know you're attached to a film like your current film, we get excited because you're one of our favorite actors to watch work. So no, anything you're doing, we will be watching and we'll be supporting it and promoting it.
That is really sweet, guys. It's my pleasure. I had so much fun talking to you, and it's so nice to talk to somebody with a completely different perspective that's like outside, external world, and to be understood from there. It feels great, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anytime. And then we look forward to talking to you in Fafa when you're promoting the play.
Yes, I will send him this video when it comes
Tell him
out.
to come back on.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful evening. All right.
You too. You too,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You
You too. All the best.
Bye-bye.